Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I'm playing an awesome Boros ping deck that has been putting up some pretty good results over on MTGO since TMNT came out, and I know this one's going to be right up a lot of your alleys, so stick around and check out this sweet deck. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, of course, and then jump into some gameplay, but I have to ask for your support. Please sub up if you haven't done so already, and more importantly, let me know what you think of Raphael, Tough Turtle. Do you think this card has what it takes to be playable in Standard? Well, some people who put this deck together sure seem to think so, and this one has a couple of 5-0 results so far. Now, Raphael Tough Turtle is essentially another Shocking Sharpshooter. Shocking Sharpshooter and Raphael both say whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent, and they both have a stat line of 1/3 for 2 mana. Now, of course, this is an Ojer deck, so that means that if we have Ojer on the field, all of those pings are going to be doing 4 damage instead of 1 damage. This is a deck that I've played before on the channel. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. The rest of the deck is synergizing with that. We have another way of pinging the opponent with the Warleader's Call, and it also buffs up our creatures. So if we have the Ojer on the field, suddenly we're doing 5 damage instead of 4 damage. Then we have another interesting card that is a new addition to this deck, Howl Squad Heavy. This is a 2/3 for 3, but it keeps putting out 1/1 goblins every turn. And if we get up to max speed, suddenly we might be able to generate a whole bunch of mana. Also, your goblins have haste. So then Fanatical Firebrand, which also has haste, doesn't really matter, but Stadium Headliner can come in and start attacking in right away. So there are some cool synergies going on with this deck, but we are very much trying to just put these cards on the field, ping down our opponent, and throw caution to the wind. It is a best of 3 deck like I've been playing, and of course it has some good tools in it. Exercise to get rid of these big enchantments, probably like Sapling Nursery is going to be a pretty good target for the exercise. Rest in peace for Graveyard Strategies, Mage Bane Lizard, a card I can never ever possibly say really good against the Lessons decks or other decks that are putting out a whole bunch of non-creature spells. Seer to remove our big opponent's creatures, and then finally Sunspine Lynx can bring this one in to blast opponents who have greedy mana bases, kind of like our mana base. We are running a lot of non-basics, and I think a lot of decks in Standard are doing that these days, so Sunspine Lynx probably pretty good in the deck. So that's what we're doing. We're going to hop into some games and hope for some good luck as usual, because I kind of need it these days. See you over in the games. All right, time for some Raphael in Standard. Trying to climb a little bit more up through Diamond, and perfect hand. We we will definitely be getting there with that one. Okay, we are okay with this hand, and I think maybe we throw away one of the sharpshooters. Sunbillow Verge, please be careful with your Sunbillow Verges. Ooh, that was weird. Unfortunately, it is making white mana, not red mana right off the bat. So do be careful with that one. I think I'm going to run out the Voice of Victory right now, get in for 2 damage, and that way, if the Voice of Victory stays on the field, Shocking Sharpshooter will be getting a little bit of extra damage next turn if we decide to put it onto the field. We don't know what the opponent is really up to, but Dimir probably means they have a way of removing the Voice of Victory. Probably not really going to be staying very long in this world. Ooh, Elementals. So suddenly things are looking really good for us. We definitely blast the Flame. What is that card called? Flame Raider. And we get in for 5 damage. No, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage. Take the opponent down to 10. That's some pretty good damage right off the bat. Boom, boom, boom. All right. However, we are now completely out of cards and at the mercy of the opponent. If they have an Evoke Elemental here, we could be in a little bit of trouble. But they just have a Flame Braider, which... Oh. Okay. What do we do? Do we attack in... If I attack, I can actually sacrifice this, kill the Flame Braider, and then that might be a better way of going about it, because how much damage... I mean, I could just try to figure out how much damage I'm actually doing here, instead of being an idiot and just letting it happen. Okay, so we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage going on the opponent. Yep, this is how we get lethal. Boom, boom. Pretty cool start for our deck. We deal 5 damage here. And then the last 2 with the Burst Lightning. We wouldn't have had it if we didn't do this ordering. Cool, cool. Okay, what do we do against Elementals, though? I don't really know what the deal is with Elementals. They have fast mana. They have greedy mana, so Sunspine Lynx might actually be an okay choice. We also probably want to bring in the Exercise so that we can blast some of the bigger stuff that they're trying to get onto the field. But to be perfectly honest, like I'm so unfamiliar with the Elementals deck that I'm not really sure the best approach. Let's get rid of the Seam Rips. We'll bring in 2 of the Exercises. And I kind of like the Lynx. Maybe go down 1 Ojer. No, let's go down 1 heavy. We'll go down 1 heavy. All right. Good opening performance, but I think we just kind of got lucky. The opponent had a little bit of a slower hand, and our hand lined up absolutely perfectly against what the opponent was doing. Oh, man. We might get punished with this one. We're going to try it, but it might be a bit rough. Okay. The land is going to be good there. The question is, do I want to shock this in? Because I probably want to be able to hit their Flame Braider with the Burst Lightning on turn 2 if they put it onto the field. If I don't shock this out, then it makes it a little bit awkward next turn. They decide just not to do it, though. Okay, that's fine. And so now we put out the Voice of Victory, and we go the way that we had last turn. Like, Voice of Victory is such a good card. It's so not underappreciated or underplayed, because it is seeing quite a bit of play. But boy, oh boy, is it ever a powerhouse of a card. The opponent has the 3 damage to deal with it, though. A little bit disappointing, but that's what's going to happen. And now we have, yeah, let's just go with the heavy. We get max speed. We attack in for 1, so we go up to max speed 2. And suddenly, if we can tap this down for a ton of mana at some point, like, ooh, we can just get the Lynx and the Ojer on the field. Another Vibrance dealing 3 damage. They're afraid of the heavy. Our boy. Okay, okay. Draw land, please. Draw land. We want the Ojer on the field. The Sunspine Lynx also hitting us. I guess I should point that out. So we do have to be ever so cautious about that. If we don't find the land here, then we just run out the Raphael. It doesn't matter. Okay, we'll run out Raph. So that is disappointing, because now the opponent has a pretty good opening to swing this game fully in their direction, because we stumbled. We really needed the 4th land there. But if they spend this turn putting just a big elemental on the field, yeah, well, they're going to bounce. Oh, they don't. Hang on, this is not bounce. Wistfulness. I keep forgetting what all the elementals do. Wistfulness is just draw and destroy something. There's nothing for them to destroy. So we need. Yeah, we need a land. Of course we need a land. The question is going to be, do I put? We didn't draw the land. So do I just use the Exercise on the Wistfulness now? Yeah. All right, get rid of it. Attack in for 2. We get max speed 3. So if we end up finding another heavy in the future, then maybe it could do some cool stuff. But I think getting stuck at 3 lands when you're sitting here with Lynx and Ojer and, you know, these 2 in hand, probably how you lose the game. Okay, but I'm not counting myself out yet, because suddenly we could turn it around very quickly with a land. Nope, but it's a heavy. And so we actually get up to max speed. Oh, we were already at max speed, weren't we? We have our heavy. So if it survives, then we can actually generate enough mana to get the Ojer on the field. But they're eyeing up the Howl Squad heavy, so they might have a plan for killing it. The Elementals deck definitely plenty of resources to remove things. So they bounce and kill the heavy. Unfortunate. But they might see something else in our hand that is even scarier than the heavy. The heavy is honestly not that scary, because it doesn't have haste all on its own. The Sunspine Lynx will be hitting them for 6 7 mana or 7 damage now. It's also hitting us for 3 though, and we are down to 14. We are taking a ton of damage, but we finally find it. And so I have to go Ojer, right? No attack with my poor goblin. This is a cool art on this one too. Okay, Ojer just has to survive. And if Ojer survives, suddenly we might be in a position where we can probably not kill them in one turn, but that sucks. that sucks. So we waited so long to get to the 4th land that when they finally did, or when we finally did get the Ojer onto the field, they just have the one-sided bounce spell, of course. I think what we have is probably fine. We're just in trouble, right? Like this deck is gonna, if we stumble a little bit, we're gonna be in trouble. Like we need such a strong 1-2-3 to be able to take them down. We just need to aggro them down. That's what we need to do. Okay, game number 3, hopefully a little bit better. Man, that second one, not great. I'm good to play first though. Wow. All right, let's go. Let's try it. This card, probably not a familiar card to a lot of you, but it is a land that's going to come in untapped most of the time. Is it the Sharpshooter or is it the Voice of Victory? Because whatever I put out here is probably going to die. So maybe I just put the Raphael onto the field right now. This one, whenever you attack this turn, create 2 1/1 red warrior creature tokens. Of course they're red. So basically it gives Mobilize 2. They have the Vibrance. We knew it was happening. So Raph down, but that's fine. So next turn we can go probably, yeah, Voice of Victory plus Firebrand. We're going to attack in for 2 and hope that they don't have another Vibrance. Vibrance lines up so well against our deck. If they're able to get those onto the field, stick them on the field, I think there's nothing we can do. Game number 1 went especially smoothly for us because we had... It's also like Vibrance and Emptiness. We didn't see Emptiness in the game number 1, but they just are so good against us because it's like 3 toughness. You're dead. We're going to do all we can do. Attack in. Game number 1 went really well because they were all in on those Flame Braiders and we just had the answers for them. And now you can see like their deck is lining up perfectly against us. Yeah, gonna be rough. We need Ojer off the top and we need the opponent to not have really anything this turn. Probably we're toast. They did bring in the Blood Crypt, so they have something devastating coming down the pipeline for us. We know it's gonna happen. And we have literally nothing. But that's a red deck for you, right? Sometimes you run hot, sometimes your opponent has everything they could possibly want. Double Emptiness, double, or not double, but well, so far 1 Vibrance. And then the Ashling, which is actually a pretty good blocker against us. Yeah. Probably definitely a loss most of the time against this deck. Okay, the burst, the burst lightning is okay. Let's load up the burst lightning, kill the Ashling, and I'll give it 1 more draw. If we still find an Ojer, we have 4 damage from the Sharpshooter. We have 4 damage from the Fanatical Firebrand if we fire it off. So there's still like some slight glimmer of hope. Not so much anymore. Heavy's good. Ping. So we get our max speed no matter what there. And we go to combat. We have to attack in with this 1/1. I don't really want to throw away my other stuff, but yeah, we'll do that. And again, I'm holding a little bit of hope, but now with the Roaming Throne on the field, if they have another Vibrance, if they have another Emptiness, we scoop it up and we say, GG opponent, you had my number, our number, whatever you want to say. And a little bit unfortunate that we didn't find, we never found our enchantment. We didn't really find Ojer. Requiting Hex. Sure. Makes it a little bit harder for us to get max speed. That's why you play best of 3. That's 100% why you play best of 3. So that you can have this stuff. Burst lightning, okay. We get to attack for 3. I wonder if I should have... No, I couldn't kill it anyways. Okay. We do have 4 damage in hand with this burst lightning. So they are, you know, we're at 8. As long as they don't gain life, as long as they kind of draw a little bit bad, we might be able to get there. Now they're on the back foot. They know they can't attack in. I don't put it out. I'm going to hold it. We're going to stand here staring at each other. It's fine. It's actually not really relevant. They could get in for 4. Are they getting... No, I wouldn't even be comfortable attacking in for 4 if I were them right now. Hit them down to... Ojer off the top wins. Okay. We still have top decks. They might go after my poor Fanatical Firebrand. I need the Fanatical Firebrand on the field if we find the Ojer, though. So I don't really want to go firing it off quite yet. But we have like 1 draw. Okay. Why did they... Oh, so they gain life. Smart. Oh, no, because because I negated it. Okay. Now we need a Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning off the top. We have some Hasty Boys, too. That could be good. Okay, come on, deck. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not giving up. The opponent's down to 3. We are a burn deck. We're pinging. Okay. We still have draws. We still have draws, surprisingly. Okay, we're going to take 5 damage here. We're technically not dead on board next turn. Come on. Oh, Fountain Board. It's okay, maybe. It makes a fish, right? It's another blocker. It's so disheartening. This game, disheartening, to say the least. We're not dead, I think, right? I can create a fish. Pay 1 life, create a fish. We go down to... Oh, we're dead. Yeah, we have to pay 1 life. Oh, man, that one's a heartbreaker because the opponent... Let's face it, those were some good draws. Sunderflock off the top when your opponent is just digging, and we found land when we just needed 1 burn spell. Ah, heartbreaker. Never like opening up with a loss, but you know what? Once in a while it happens. It's fine. It was kind of good game. You got to see elementals doing elemental things. Opening hand looks fine. Man, didn't they have just an insane number of answers against us, though? The Abrade, the Requiting Hex, the Vibrance. Oh my god, my favorite thing over here. Everybody has it. Okay, well, let's get a Voice of Victory onto the field. We need to find... The enchantment would be really good to find. Like, it'd be unbelievably fantastic. That's fine, because we have the Seam Rip plus the Burst Lightning. So we don't care. We would still jam the enchantment if we found it. Ojer soon would be okay for us. I don't know what you take here if you're the opponent. Probably you take... I think you take the Seam Rip. And then you force me to use the Burst Lightning on the Deep Cavern Bat instead of them. Raphael's okay, right? Let's get that onto the field. Raphael, boom, boom. And we attack in for 3+2. That's what you kind of want to see. And we hold up our Burst Lightning for future disasters. So that's okay. And then if we can get a Voice of Victory on the field next turn, if Raph is able to stick, we'll see. I am hopeful. Flood Pitch Drowner main phase. Don't really care about that too much. Of course they have to do it. Yeah, they have to do it because the Voice of Victory says that they cannot do it on my turn. Do I want to hit the bat, I think I do. So we hit the bat, then we hit the Flood Pitch Drowner. Ooh, Sharpshooter. It's pretty good. Do I even, you know what? I don't even think I hit the Flood Pitch Drowner right now. I think it's probably okay for me just to do this. Ping, ping, ping. And then we go to our next turn. And hopefully we have the Seam Rip still in hand. They don't have too much to block with. They have to play it now. Enduring Curiosity. Not bad. That's a bad attack. Oh, shocking. That's shock. This is what you want. This is what you want to see every single time. Let's go, baby. Oh, hair off the top. Oh, man, that makes it up. Makes up for the miserable game against Elementals. Okay, against this opponent, what are we doing? They obviously have graveyard strategies, but I don't think that is justifiable enough to bring in Rest in Peace. However, Exercise does get rid of the Enduring Curiosity, and I think that might be an okay target. Unfortunately, Seer does not exile. Doesn't do everything. Exercise, Okay, you know what? I'm kind of looking at it, and I think I'm not going to change anything. And the reason is we have Torch the Tower. Torch the Tower can help us get rid of the Enduring Curiosity. And I think the opponent's going to have quite a bit of removal in their deck. So I don't want to remove a lot of the threats that are in my deck to make room for ways of dealing with their deck. I'm going to try this. I don't like it, but I'm going to try it. So yeah, that's the logic. I think I don't want to dilute my deck too much. If you're the opponent here, by the way, just a quick little thing, they might use their removal before attacks. Okay, no. They probably have a Requiting Hex for the Firebrand. That's what I'm putting them on. That's why I didn't attack, because if I go to attack and they use a Requiting Hex, the Firebrand doesn't get in for any value. I think getting in for 1 damage is not really worth it. And now I can actually use the Firebrand to get back my Sharpshooter, because our hand's looking pretty bad. So we need to push our resources to... I don't want to... oops. I don't want to show them that I drew another land. Probably I should have put the Inspiring Bandage out, but I'm too embarrassed to show that I drew 6 lands. I mean, lands everywhere. Come on. What are you doing to me, game? Okay, there's the Requiting Hex that I definitely put the opponent on beforehand, so probably was the case. They're going to try to get in. Do I allow them to get in for 1 damage? Yes. The reason I do that is because if they have a... Do I even have to do this now? No, I don't need to do it now. If they have another Deep Cavern Bat, they could use it on this Sharpshooter. I think this game might be a loss almost no matter what, because of how poorly we've drawn. I don't think you can really win with 6 lands against Dimir. They're going to be too good at removing our things. The Shocking Sharpshooter is dead. Shocking Sharpshooter. Tongue Twister with Shoot the Sheriff. He shot the sheriff. He shot the Shocking Sharpshooter with the sheriff's gun. That's stupid to say. Sorry. And there is the Kaito. So you know what? I think because Kaito's on the field, I know it's probably an early concede. I'm just going to go to game 2 and save time. I'd rather get in more reps. That our draw was too poor. And yeah, they just have too much to deal with our things. Magebane Lizard is an option. But the thing is, it's really just going to take, it's going to deal 1 damage to them. It's going to eat a Shoot the Sheriff or a Requiting Hex. I don't think the Shoot the Sheriff or the Magebane Lizard is really all that good against the Dimir decks. Got to focus up. I'm going to be misspeaking now. I'm getting too tongue-tied. Can't be doing that. Play first. Man, it's so close. Like if we had one, we need 1 land. We needed Torch the Tower or, you know, the turtle to be a land. But unfortunately I can't keep it. It's fine. So we throw away maybe the let's throw away the headliner. I want to keep the Fanatical Firebrand around because it might be good against the bat. And I think I'm okay attacking in. I mean, why not? They're not going to have the bat on turn 1. If they have the way of killing it, they can kill it. You know, it is. It's how it goes. We get in for one more. We have the Voice of Victory, forcing them to do something on their turn. So our Howl Squad Heavy is probably going to be able to get in for at least a little bit of damage this turn. And now our Stadium Headliner, with the Heavy on the field, getting haste as well. What we really need is an Ojer or some big mana stuff for our Howl Squad. Okay. Stadium Headliner. What do you got for me, opponent? Flood Pitch Drowner. That's fine. They tap down the Heavy. Do I use the Fanatical Firebrand to kill the Flood Pitch Drowner? I think the answer is yes. Okay. We get in for 4 damage. Take them down to 12. And we have the Burst Lightning to take out a potential bat. And then next turn, probably we can... well, we're not going to be getting up to... That's bad. We need to torch the tower now. Okay. A little bit of luck. No luck. So I can just blast... I can just blast the Curiosity with the Stadium Headliner. Is that what I'm doing? I think that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's try to clear the way. Let's get everything off the field. No. Hang on. Undo. So I need to attack first. Attack like that. Make a baby. And then blast. This gives us a little bit more damage. So we are making a ton of mana, but we don't have anything to do with that mana. But they are down to 5. And we do have a lot of damage on board. We also have the encampment that we can use next turn. Man, if they have a sweeper here, I'm going to cry. Oh. Wow. That was a sketchy one. But I'm glad we got a win there. Raph's happy as well. Let's keep moving. Okay, let's see if we can keep on pinging down our opponents. It is now Raphael versus Lightning. Truly a wonderful world. Okay, first time seeing the Warleader's Call. I'm going to keep this hand simply because I want to see what the Warleader's Call can do. It's such a powerful card, and I do love it a lot. But I don't... Hey. I don't love it that much, okay? You don't need to be showing up in doubles. Okay, thank goodness. I was really afraid that we were going to get another one. Okay, I feel like the opponent missing or mulliganing down quite hard. I gotta get rid of the Mikey. This thing can get out of control really quickly. If it keeps getting big, then, you know, we don't have a chance against it. And now let's not be silly. Let's just put out our first Warleader's Call. Next turn, we probably go Sharpshooter, and hope that it's okay. The opponent is definitely on the back foot with their mulligans. We need to be able to take advantage of that, and hopefully we can. 1 ping, and now 2 more pings, and we have 2 4s on the field. And next turn, we can get down another Warleader's Call. If we can find... It'd be really swell to be able to find like a 1 CMC or 2 CMC creature next turn. And then I can go Warleader's Call part 2 and also put out, you know, imagine like a Voice of Victory next turn, how absolutely prime that would be. Shaz's Chocobo gonna get pretty big. Not this turn, but in a turn or two. And we do not find that. So do I want to go? No. We're gonna go Warleader's Call. And I most certainly am not going to die next turn, right? Okay, so we have Warleader's Call, we have the shocking Sharpshooters, that I cannot say that name, and that's a lot of pings. So if we do the encampment, that's 8 damage by itself. Then there will be 6 3 damage attackers going in at the opponent's face. So at worst case scenario, the encampment play is going to be pretty good for us. Now they do have the Promising Vein, but they are, no, they're not really pinched on mana. They have enough mana. They can do a lot of stuff here. I think they made a mistake there. Oh my god. And we drew maybe one of the better cards in our deck. So I think probably this means they're dead. Yeah, they knew it. A little bit weird for them to use the Promising Vein to do the mutagen. I have a feeling this was auto tapper problem. They should have used the Forest or the Llanowar Elf, probably the Llanowar Elf, to tap down the mutagen token and then use the Promising Vein as like a blocker. It's not great, but it would have been a little bit something better. Okay, now the opponent did mulligan down to 5, and that's why we were able to get in quite easily there. I think we're bringing in Exercise. This takes out their big creatures. It also gets rid of the Earthbender Ascension and the future Sapling Nurseries that we have to be aware of and afraid of. Do I also want to bring in the Seers? Because I have a feeling that things like Torch the Tower are not really going to be overly effective. We need to be able to get rid of some bigger stuff. So I think we'll go like this. The heavy, I'm not too excited about the heavies because I think they're probably not going to be getting in for much damage. But they are a source of pings. Like they make bodies. But I have a feeling that a lot of the time those bodies are just going to be running into trees or chocobos or something. So we can trim on that ever so slightly. See if the opponent has a better draw this time around. I think we definitely got lucky. Hey, opening hand looks really good. We have a 1, kind of 2, 3, and Warleader's Call plus heavy could be huge. Ooh, there's our 2. Okay. So now things are looking up. We put the Voice of Victory out next turn, Warleader's Call on the following turn, and then really go to town. I mean, I'll challenge. I don't think anybody's blocking a Llanowar Elf or with a Llanowar Elf in this position, but you never know if they have a lot of lands. Which seems to be the case. Ice-Till Explorer, power 4 or greater, so we cannot get rid of the Ice-Till Explorer. So this means that they are almost certainly going to be getting a Sapling Nursery onto the field pretty soon. Now they don't have a whole lot of, what am I saying? This is okay. Forests. So the lack of forest could mean that it's a little bit harder for them to get the Sapling Nursery on the field, and we do have the Exercise for it. So maybe there's something there. If they're taking a turn or two, Earthbender's Ascension helps them get a little bit closer to the future Sapling Nursery, especially with this Ice-Till Explorer. Now with the Fabled Passage, they can definitely crack that, go get another forest, crack it again. They're up to 4 mana, so they could probably drop the Sapling Nursery this turn and create, well, okay, there are their 2 land drops. So I kind of hope they put the Sapling Nursery on the field now. Or, oh my gosh, if they build up the Ice-Till Explorer a little bit, come on, put another +1/+1 on the Ice-Till Explorer. Okay, we got a new target for our Exercise. Yes, sir. Ooh. Ooh. So let's, you get rid of it, right? Yeah. See ya. And then we attack in with everything. Yeah. And then hopefully the pings can get us there. Do I hit the Bossing Say now? Yeah. Let's do it. We hit the Bossing Say now. That way 8 damage goes through. We need 1 more damage from the Warleader's Call later on. And that would be the last ping to end the game. So no matter how many trees they may have put on the field in the future there, we would have got there. Next one. All right, so we got dumpstered by elementals, but we've had quite a good last 2 games. Ooh. Can't keep it, right? Ooh, oh, oh, it might be worse, right? It's actually, it's kind of horrible. If we do find a land, a white source specifically, we got turn 1, turn 3, and then the heavy into the Ojer. I don't want to go down to 5, and I think it's almost good enough. It's a gamble. We're gambling. We gambled properly. We did okay. We're against another mono green opponent though, and mono green is probably going to come at us with a vengeance. We're up to Ojer pinging time though, so we go this turn Warleader's Call. Oh, do we go Warleader's Call now, or do we get the Badger Mole Cub? Am I greedy? So if I go this way, we do a lot of damage to the opponent, but this will cut them off quite a bit of mana and slow them down ever so slightly. Like, I'm so afraid of what they can do with this Badger Mole Cub mana. Oh man, was this wrong? Was this wrong? Seam Rip not being instant speed removal hurts. Okay, we're slowing down our game plan by 1 turn. I think it might be okay. So next turn, Warleader's Call. Then we go Ojer. If we find a 1 CMC creature, I think then, ooh, we'll really be in good shape. Oh boy. Oh buddy. Okay, another Bossing Say. And ooh, this card. Not a card I'm overly familiar with. Okay. So we're sticking to the plan though of Warleader's Call. And let's go back to old Leatherhead here. Leatherhead, Swamp Stalker, is a Crocodile Mutant Rogue 5/4, Trample Hexproof. Leatherhead enters with a Hexproof counter on it, so it just has Hexproof, but it's a counter. It's weird. And whenever Leatherhead deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a counter from her. When you do, destroy target artifact or enchantment a player controls. Oh my god, I didn't read the card before I put out the Warleader's Call. Oh, we're just dead. it so doesn't matter. Sometimes. Okay. I was having fun playing standard this evening. Suddenly, my fun has been ripped from me. Okay, same thing. Exercise Seer comes in, I think. The Torch the Tower, probably not going to be effective enough. Is this opponent playing a lot of Badger Mole Cub or Llanowar Elf stuff? Should I leave this? Maybe I leave the Seam Rip in. It could be important, but I feel like I'm taking out so much of my aggression. No, we'll go Fanatical and 3 and 3 on those. I think the Headliner has a little bit more play because we can use it to destroy something if we need to, but maybe we're getting our butts handed to us against this green opponent. We beat up to the last green opponent a little bit too badly, and now this one's coming for us, coming for our hides. Putty. Let's see if we can get the jump on them. We get to play first. We did keep a sketchy hand, right? This one looks okay. We need lands though. So we go Stadium Headliner. We pray that they don't. I want to attack. We don't have a turn 1. They do have a turn 1, but it's not a threatening one. And that's good, but I think it's fine for us to take the moment to put out a Raph and attack in for 2, 3 damage total. And then if the only way we get really punished by this Shaz's Chocobo is if they have a fetch land here. If they have a fetch land, it sucks because it goes to a 2/3 and the Burst Lightning suddenly doesn't deal enough damage. So it's only a 1/2 now. It's a 1/4. Okay, give me a land. Give me a land, please. Okay. That means Warleader's Call. Yep. We don't bother attacking in, and we hope that we draw the 4th land. If we draw the 4th land, then the Ojer just goes kind of wild, right? Do they have enchantment removal? They're kind of eyeing up my Warleader's Call like they have enchantment removal. Opponents don't do that unless they have removal. Oh, we hit it. All right, let's go. So this is going to deal 10 damage. They have the destruction or the removal for that. Brutal. That's okay. It's still 4 damage. Boom. We can't attack in. Next turn, we have 8 more damage, but we kind of need a land. Not a land. Another creature. Another creature would be pretty swell. 1 CMC creature. Wow. I did say I needed a land, and they gave me the land. Please, not that way. These Shaz's Chocobos are actually coming for my blood now. No, not this one. No, 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 no. Okay. So I do have the Burst Lightning. If I put... Okay. I know what I'm doing. Deal 1 damage. I'm attacking in. I'm like pretending I'm frustrated. I'm attacking. Okay. So we can... At the very... No! No, no, no. Oh, okay. Promising Vein. It's the wrong... Okay. I scared myself because I thought this was the one that they could crack and I wasn't paying proper attention. Promising Vein, they have to pay 1 mana for it. Oh, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna this is too stressful for me. We needed that Ojer. Okay, but the Ojer can come back, right? So transform this land, activate only if a red source you control dealt 4 or more non-combat damage this turn. So I need a lot more than heavy. That's good for the opponent. And the heavy is not bad for us because this represents 4 damage. Okay. I think I have to put it onto the field. Unfortunately, the 4 damage isn't good enough to turn him, right? No, I needed 1 more land. I didn't have enough land. And we have to run my poor little boy here into Leatherhead. We're potentially taking 9 damage next turn. If they have landfall plus the doubler, we're just toast. And that's just how it went. But if they don't have anything here, I think next turn we can do the encampment plus just a swing all out. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Landfall. It's a good deck. It's a good deck. Yeah. GG opponent. No block. You got me. They have so much damage here. I'll let them do the 40 damage to my face because it's kind of fun to see 40 damage happen, right? Are they gonna do it? Go for it. I'll let you have it. My battery's dying anyways. I gotta wrap this up. All right, ping deck still, yeah, it's there, but landfall, you can see how it can just run you over. We needed another turn. We needed some. They had weird answers for our stuff, actually. That's more the case, right? They had mono green having an answer for Ojer and my enchantment. Okay, they kill enchantments, but all right, 2 and 2 with TMNT, Boros pings, and the deck feels as good as I would expect it to be. It's fine. You know, it's a ping deck. It's tried and true to a degree, and I think Raphael is an okay addition. Unfortunately, 2 CMC creatures in standard right now have a big crosshair on them because, of course, Badger Mole Cub is in the deck, so everything needs to be able to kill 1 and 2 CMC creatures, and so everybody's running Requiting Hex or Seam Rip or whatever else murders our 2 CMC creatures. Now, it having 3 toughness over 2 toughness is okay when you run into the matchups where your opponents are relying on their Burst Lightnings killing things. So in those cases, yeah, creatures with 3 toughness do feel pretty good, and we are packing 3 creatures in the 2 CMC slot with 3 toughness. Also, Howl Squad Heavy, I think is kind of cool. The thing is, most of you probably don't want to actually craft the Howl Squad Heavy. It is a card from, well, I don't know, what is this set? Not New Capenna, I don't know, the Raceway set. I can't remember what it's called. It's gonna actually bother me. I gotta go find it. What is it called? From Aether Drift. People probably don't want to be crafting this card, and I would say that it's probably not impactful enough to craft. It's nice that your goblins have haste and that you are pumping out 1/1 tokens. If you have something like Raphael or Sharpshooter on the field or Warleader's Call, yeah, you're doing a lot of ping stuff and potentially putting out a lot of annoying attackers, but it's still 4 rares that I think are kind of a big ask for some decks. So I think you could probably cut that and replace it with, I don't know, something else that's generating stuff with Mobilize. I'm sure there's some equivalent that you could be putting in here. But overall, it's a ping deck. It works. It's fine. Just make sure that your opponents don't line up their deck perfectly against you, or that you're too slow against the tried and true mono green harmonizer deck, which can hit you very, very quickly down to 0 life with a harmonizer and anything else on the field. And that deck just gets out of hand way too quickly. That's it for this one. If you have some recommendations for future red decks, because I haven't been playing a lot of burn decks for red decks, I do want to play more of them because I know y'all like them, and I also enjoy playing these types of decks. So leave your recommendations down in the comment section. I do appreciate that. And that's it for this one. Take care for now. Sarang ipon na, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.